All right, so who is going to do the minutes tonight with Marcos and Roman being out?
Both out. I'll do minutes.
You're a good soul.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, this is the program for this year.
Okay.
I also emailed you guys the PDF and the QR.
QR code. I saw that. All right. Let me make sure I've got everybody. It's Miriam, Jen, Roman, Marcus, Dave, Ryan. There's nobody else on the committee, right?
No, just six.
All right, so we'll call to order at 7:08 p.m. We'll do a quick roll call. Miriam.
Here.
Jim.
Here.
Roman is not here. Marcus is not here. Dave.
Here.
Ryan here. All right. The agenda for today, any additions, subtractions, or corrections for the agenda? Go ahead. Take a minute. Finalizing logistics is a very broad topic. There probably could be some subpoints there, but I think we'll cover everything.
Right.
Nobody has any additions, subtractions, corrections to the agenda?
No.
All right, adoption of last meeting minutes is also attached.
Moving on.
Roman.
Oh.
Hey, Roman.
There he is.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Roman.
You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Apologies for not being there in person.
No worries. We're at the adoption of last meeting minutes. Just if you're following along the agenda on your phone,
I am.
that's where we're at. So do I have a motion
I
to?
make a motion to approve.
Second. Well, can I second them since I wrote them?
No.
You can second them when you write them, but I think you have to be present to make motions or
Okay.
to vote or etc.
A second.
So second with Miriam. Five, all right, moving on to old business, update on ceremony logistics. Start with the bartender setup.
Did you guys get a chance to take a look at the two setups? I think I had sent two pictures of the bartender setup.
Did.
So with the bartender setup, there's also, it looks like we basically have to choose in between the bartender setup and the lighting solution for the step and repeat, because if I have to rent a lighting solution for it, that will probably eat up the remainder of the budget that we have. Or we can go with the bartender setup, which should also eat up the remainder of the budget that I have.
So what the remaining budgets are, how much is it?
It is $317.45.
That's for either or.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
trying to decide where to spend it.
Yeah, that's the residual of what I have left. I mean, if we're able to save some money on the plates, cutlery, cups, then we may have a little bit more, but I don't anticipate being able to save much on that.
Right.
Right, Austin, on the budget, are you still reflecting the music? Cause I think Miriam was able to get the pep band from HML, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct.
Let me
So
do
that
the
would
math.
be, that would be our music, right?
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
We have a step and repeat, no? It would
Yeah.
just
We
be-
just didn't have lights.
Right, so this other option that you sent, I found the two options here, this was an email you sent on November sixth. You see attached the two options of pricing you received for the bar setup from Fantasy Designs. Oh, please disregard the step and repeat.
Yeah.
Gotta read the whole email, right? All right. So lighting 440, the bar for 425.
Oh,
The lighting would be for the step and repeat, though.
No, so I clarified, and that lighting is just accent lighting, I guess to complement the bar setup.
So it doubles the price of it's more expensive than the bar to light the bar.
Yeah, so I mean, I would probably eliminate that.
Yeah, the bar, just to repeat that,
the bar's gonna be out in the patio.
the acrylic white bar is
Uh,
425.
Wherever you guys would like to place out, I
Well,
would,
there's enough lighting, I was just asking, there enough lighting in the patio or not? I haven't been hurt, I do, I remember.
there should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the lighting there,
That's okay, because I just was
Yeah.
waiting.
especially with the PO2 lights on as well.
Right. So, and then the bar setup is for, where do they, where they put it, put it in front of the concession? Or,
Yeah, that's what I had, gathered.
All right, I just forwarded it to you. Still send me.
Austin, to confirm, you did make a mention on the email about the delivery labor setup breakdown stuff.
For the bartender,
For the bar.
for the bar,
That was listed here as 228.13. That's the delivery labor setup and breakdown.
yeah, we,
where is
We
it
don't
on the, is that on this?
So the bar itself then would be $5.50 at the end of the day.
More.
No. If we don't go with the lights, it would be $5.50, $4.25 and $1.25.
The invoice that I'm looking at has delivery labor setup and breakdown for $228.16.
Are you looking at the one with the light?
Yes, I'm sorry. So that would be with delivery for the lights. I got it. Okay.
Correct.
So you're
The
looking
other
at the one
which is
just the bar. The
One
labor's,
twenty-five.
the labor's less. Got it, 125.
Well, what did we use last year? Or did we?
Last year, we did it at the concession stand.
Yeah.
And that doesn't work?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
The idea was just not to have
Everybody's standing.
everybody standing there because that's where people tended to congregate and it started to get really crowded because you're coming through
Right,
the Sports Hall of Fame and then you open the doors and there's the line for the bar. And
and
it
it blocks the,
blocks
The
kind of
flow.
the flow to get out and get in and the mingling and
Okay.
the viewing, the other thing. So we were talking about having the bar a little bit off to the side and out so that people walk through
Okay.
and into the area.
so what is the net cost then gonna be for, I guess, to set up and to have the bar there without the lighting? Cause I think the lighting is sufficient under the patio.
It would be $5.50, Jim.
It's $5.50, okay.
425 plus 125.
Plus the bartender, is that included in?
the
Well, that's,
bartender's in the budgets for 150
okay,
for bartender.
so that's the same
Yeah.
as it was.
Yeah, to
So
afford
again,
that.
the question is, if we go that route, we don't have enough for the step and repeat.
Well, we don't even have enough for that full amount. We're almost $300 short. We have 267.45 remaining because the total reflected here is $50 short because it doesn't reflect the $50 tip for the paella.
And there's anything we can cut out to.
Okay,
Step and
but
repeat's
that's why I said
important.
options. Does that budget include the music that we had separated money for the music?
The music is not reflected on here. I took that money out for a DJ after Miriam said that she would be able to have the band here.
Okay, but how much is this DJ that we're talking about? Cause
No, he already took it out of the expenses.
Yeah, it's not listed
There
on
is no
here.
DJ.
so how do we only have $200 left if you had separated close to $350 for the music portion?
At that time, I hadn't added in the tables, lights and highboys, which went up significantly this year. It went up, I believe, about $500.
That's where we're.
Because,
Yeah.
well, yeah, because we also have to rent the linens this year, which we weren't aware of last year.
So the last meeting we had, the tables, lights and high boys, you had it budgeted for 1,300 and here it shows 1,759. So there's where that difference is,
Yeah,
how much you think.
Right.
I'm just from the last budget that you had done. from last
yeah,
meeting.
yeah, because I'd left that loan from the previous year, because I hadn't gotten an official quote back from him yet.
Okay, that's where we have an issue. Did he still give us the discount that he gives us yearly?
Yeah, he still gave us the same discount.
Cause I didn't see his logo on the program that you did.
All right, I'll add his logo.
And also, okay, well, when we get back to the new business, I'll bring up the program stuff. I mean, again, so it doesn't seem like we're gonna have enough money for the bar anyway, even if we want to do it.
Right.
So at this point, it might be just a moot point.
I mean, unless anyone has an in at Fantasy Designs and can get him to give us essentially a 50% discount as an in-kind sponsorship.
I personally have never dealt with that guy, so I really don't know. I know he's very tight with Manny and stuff like that, because I know he donates the stuff for the mayor's gala, but
Yeah, I don't have any of the connections.
I don't either.
Oh, and what would you want from them? A bar? I'm gonna see what my school uses if we use them and see.
Okay.
You'd want the bar, like the bar setup.
Yes.
Just the acrylic white bar with delivery labor and setup. It'd be this part of the attachment.
That's the one you sent me.
Yeah, it's one of the two. Okay. So at least as it stands right now, we're going back to the concession for the bar. We don't have another option right now.
Right.
So concession for the bar as far as setup goes. Step and repeat lighting. I'm sorry, I do have an out at 7:50 because I got my daughter, it's a whole thing with my son and everything, so. I'm gonna try to kind of move it along while making sure we don't miss out anything.
Okay.
Step and repeat lighting,
What? Hey. I'll vote for you.
going
Going to another meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
An election meeting, the election meeting?
No, it's the baseball committee meeting for
I know.
You're,
All right, take care of it.
All right, step and repeat lighting, you said you were working with somebody on.
yeah, so I worked with my communications department. Basically, they don't have a solution that they can use to help me out. So they suggested I try and rent one, but again, that's gonna possibly be a budgetary constraint. I'll have to see what the pricing for that runs. Reach out to Sunbelt and see what what they could give me since we have under $300 remaining.
So I'm confused though, what's the hang up? I mean,
So
with the,
with the lighting,
the lighting, because didn't we use it last year?
no, because we had to step and repeat inside last year, so we're able to use the clubhouse's lighting.
This budget sheet that you have out though is as it is, right? Because the bartender's on here, but there's no bar on here. So we're talking, our total right now is sitting at 4182 out of a budget of 4,500.
No, because it didn't include the
Oh, it
$50
doesn't.
tip. Yeah, so it just had $50 and that's total.
So it's 4232.
Right.
42 for 33, call it. Okay. 4233 with the $50 tip.
Oh, okay, 33. I can't. Yeah. So I mean, so if it's 350,
Yeah.
so we're only over a couple dollars.
Uh,
No, we have
No,
We have
267 left.
267 left to spend,
How much?
$267.
And how much is the Stephanie B lighting?
Sunbelt hasn't gone back to me yet,
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't know
Oh,
what the price of
but weren't you saying before it was gonna be, I thought we talked about it was 350 or there was never a.
No,
Okay.
yeah, no, I don't think I got a quote yet. I've been working with, our electrical contractor to try and get a quote. And they said that they couldn't provide anything.
Okay,
And the town does not have these things like for events that they use?
No, from what I understand, they usually use the natural line or they rent, one of those, like field lights like they do for, the Halloween event. They rent the Sunbelt, light towers. But those aren't feasible for
No,
this
no.
because those are loud.
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's
and
not
that's it.
feasible to do like in the meeting part of the Optimist Clubhouse where they would enter the door and then they could go in a door right to the side and take the pictures inside that big room.
Yeah,
And then
the
keep it going towards the bar.
concept I was trying to go for it is before and after, before those that are early and then after while we're eating,
Right.
the mingling should be happening. So where we've got these little stands
Right.
with the posters, you've got people moving around. They're not all just together. We're gonna
Right.
spread them out so that people move. To have a step and repeat as another thing to go see,
Right.
you know, and go take pictures and that sort of thing. It wouldn't. I don't see a lot of people necessarily going inside and coming back out because it separates. Inside is very separate from outside and there's only
Right.
so much space inside.
But if it's only that going on, you would think as soon as they're done with the picture, they would, I mean, it doesn't take that long to take the picture, does it? They could go take a picture and then go out and go ahead. I'm just saying it, and just so we still have it and.
Yeah,
And what
Hey,
lights would we be looking for the step and repeat? Like, are you thinking like those ones that are like the spotlights, like a spotlight that would light up?
I mean, I'm
And
thinking
yeah, go ahead.
my, yeah, right, the sketching. My father-in-law is a former general contractor.
Mhm.
So he would, whenever we did Noche Buena at our house, he'd have these like a
Okay,
little
tripod.
tripod. And it would be this giant post and it'd be that kind of, might be terrible trying to draw a 3D version of this.
I know what you're talking about.
Like this 3D light that would shine down on the entire yard, but it'd have to be mounted high enough that
Right.
it doesn't get in your eyes, it's up here and it's providing that light down.
Mhm.
And so it was maybe 10, 12 feet in the air
Mhm.
on this thing, but the tripod had to hold and it was just one of these spots, but then it had a 3-prong extension cord that you would need to run there too, so it's getting the electric and it's getting, you know, 1 or 2 of those out there. It's not necessarily complicated, but it's finding it and
Okay, so like I said, at school, we have a lot of stuff
stuff.
that we can borrow.
Okay.
I will look tomorrow, if that's okay with you guys, and email everybody, like as a group, and say, here, I can take pictures and send and say, look, here's what we have that we've used, does this work?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
that way, cause I'm always about borrowing, especially the resources are around here, you know?
Well, if it worked for you guys, it's gotta work for us.
Right,
I
right,
mean.
Very similar to something like those,
okay. Mhm.
just to give you kind of an idea.
Yeah, we want just something to
Oh,
light
like
the
work
step and
lights.
repeat, so that when people are
Yeah,
taking
that's
pictures,
what we did.
they can see the people.
Right,
You can see, I remember Freight is $37 for one of these. Now, I don't know that that one goes high enough. Sort of thing, but it's just a. Well,
I'm
that's how it
surprised the
works.
town didn't have them.
That's what I'm saying, like,
You would think.
the festival of the lights, like, they light up the Main Street for Saturday, they're gonna have to light up Main Street for the Festival of Lights, I mean, there's gotta be something. I'm even thinking when Chella's has their Cinco de Mayo, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like that the town does so many events that there are some small, not grand, like the haunted house that they had, because that was grand, that was for a big
Right.
stage.
Right,
This is for one picture op, basically, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, this particular one that I just happened to pull up only goes up to 71 inches, so you're talking about 6 feet.
let's see.
That just doesn't get up high enough.
Five
Now, you
hours.
could get the lights theoretically and figure out a way to mount them. The roof of the clubhouse, or, I mean. Like you said, it was Cuban, so he made it work. He would attach it to the drainage, he'd attach it to the, whatever got it high enough. A few zip ties or something like that. But it's a matter of trying to get that to work, and then the extension cord, you gotta get power to it.
So if it wasn't outside, you wouldn't need the lights because you'd have enough lighting in the.
You'd have enough lighting inside.
So
I just-
if we can't get it there, then at least we'll still have it.
I think as a last resort, we do it inside like we've done it in past years. I think. And I can only speak for myself. If I'm at something like this and I didn't hit the step and repeat on, and I'm like, oh, I wanna make sure I take a picture.
Right.
Right, we just went to a baby shower 2 weekends ago where they had one of those little photo booths with the little silly stuff at the front, and it was right at the front. Like, I'm gonna hit that and then I'm gonna leave.
Right.
I'm not gonna hang around. It's not a mingle thing. It's I'm either gonna hit it when I get there, or I'm gonna hit it on the way out,
Right.
if I hit it at all, and it doesn't become a part of the. Oh, I see a whole bunch of people over there. What are they doing? Oh, step and repeat. Let me grab this, or, you know what I mean?
And
It's just-
sometimes it's
it's
good for the
very-
photographer to have where he knows that he's gonna get shots of people there, or even if you hand somebody your phone. But you don't know them, hey, how are you? Can you take a
Yeah,
picture of
yeah,
us? So then, like, I guess that's what he's saying, for us to have more interaction with the people, like, oh, you want me to take your picture? Oh, hi, hey, you're good, congratulations, and all of a sudden you started a conversation.
Right.
Where my year that I got inducted, it was right when we walked into
Right.
the clubhouse.
Right.
Our family took a picture right there, and then we walked through, and then you went outside, and that was it.
And that was it.
And that was it. I think when we did the video, and they did the little interview, was in that big room you're talking about, but they pulled me to that room to do an interview, and then that was it, and then go out there. So I see what he's saying is that if we do it there, then you're like, there's no mingling going on.
It's
So-
very separated.
Right.
And that's all. I'm trying to get just, at least for now, until we kind of get some of the numbers up and,
Right.
um,
Well, for sure, then we need
Let's see
to
what we can do.
get a sponsor. If we didn't work this year, or at least the next year, we
It
know
can be
we gotta
something.
get more sponsor money.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
And
Well,
I,
I'll email you guys with that.
and something that, this is probably new business, so I'll hold off on it for a minute, because it would be another idea for finalizing logistics. So anything else for step and repeat lighting? I know you're gonna check, thank you very much for that. And if I don't know if there's an option, if you can look to see if there's any work lights, and maybe Jim and I can go out there one night this week or next. I know coaches have to pick up some plaques. We'll see if there's a place to kind of mount one of those kind of lights, and a good place to put the step and repeat
Mhm.
outside.
Cause it does have something you put it on, the step and repeat. You do have the,
The pipe and drape, oh, that's right, because we have the step and repeat itself, but it's just the fabric, there's no
what are you hanging it on?
pole to kind of connect it to, right?
I thought, I can double check. I'm certain that we have the poles, for 'em in storage with the step and repeat.
Double check.
Something, do you know, measurement?
No, I would have to measure them.
Okay,
And no other town, excuse me, no other town committee would have the lighting. Like, we have all these committees. Does anybody know if they have inventory on what they
I
have?
don't think elderly affairs would, but you would think maybe youth activities
No,
or.
youth activities rents, their lighting each
They
time
do.
they have a major
Okay.
event.
I just was trying to search another way to get it.
Yeah, that's a good
How about the
idea.
grant companies? But they have,
They would, you would assume they would have something like that with all the construction they do. They probably got a dozen of them sitting out over. On, what's the street name? No,
Well, I didn't,
where they're doing the construction right now over by. Maybe it's escaping me, behind Anchorage, on the west end of town, southwest end of town. Near
Commerce Way.
87, Commerce Way, yeah, Commerce Way, near, close to.
Why would they have? Oh, you're
They're
talking
doing a
about
bunch of
lighting.
construction there, they're building a whole new,
Oh, because that has nothing to do with separate.
the new
just
plaza,
the lighting.
no, but the lighting, I'm sure they've got, it's, the hours just changed, it gets dark at 5 o'clock now, so they've probably got those lights out there for safety, just.
So it's the same lights they use.
I
I kept thinking it was some special light.
don't think it needs to be fancy, I'm not trying to win
reflected.
an award for the fanciest looking lights,
no,
I just need the light,
right,
what's that?
I agree.
Like, I don't want them to look at the light, so, yeah, no, it should be so bright they're not looking at it, I don't care
Okay.
how the casing looks. It could be bright yellow, bright orange,
Let's go. Really quick, so we use fantasy design for our school.
you do.
Yeah, so they did our prom and our homecoming. So what are we looking at for the bar? What do we're gonna try to get it free? I'm gonna try to get it free. But if
I
not,
like how you
what's like the most we can do?
Right now, 250, I can,
I can say 200, or first I'm gonna go
Two
free.
sixty-seven is our budget,
Okay, so I'm gonna
that's
try
what we
to
got
go
left.
free. Okay,
but I can confirm the total budget. If Manny is back in office, tomorrow, I can try to go to Costco with him tomorrow so that I can finalize the total amount for the cutlery.
Because if you can get the cutlery less, that
Yeah,
would give us a little bit more, but that's not, I don't see you being anything significantly less, it might be $10, $20 here, I don't see it being $150 less.
yeah.
Okay, so I think that was a great question about the pipe and drape though, or the, whatever, to mount the step lighting too, because I forgot about that too.
Is that something that's different?
It's just something to mount the
should make sure
step
we have like,
too, it's not like we've got a wall where we can just tape it to the wall or tack it to the wall. If you're gonna have it outside, it's gotta be freestanding,
Right.
so there's gotta be something to hold it up.
So that affects where we're going to put it.
Yes. Yeah, if there's nothing to hold it up. Maybe we could tie it to the fence, or that's not a good area though, to be taking
No,
pictures,
it's-
that eliminates the mingling too, so. Yeah, it would severely limit where we may have to go back inside if we don't have anything to mount it to. Just to get it against the wall.
well, if you give me a size, we have an outside too, so. I'm just
So we'll
saying.
get a size,
We're gonna,
so get Marion those
I think-
sizes.
I think, and I think mine, like I can stop by one day and bring it to you, we can, cause it's like a tripod where everything starts to fold out and then you can we can scale it, cause it goes in and out depending on how big, like ours is pretty big, I kind of remember yours, I don't. But I'm sure mine is probably bigger than what you need, but if we had to scale it, we could.
Okay.
What was the name of the lady, or the bar company again?
Oh, fantasy design,
Fancy Design.
yeah, and she said that they had done she's gonna give me the contact information tomorrow at school, because she had it at school. But that they did do the mayor's gala, so she's like, I can't see why they wouldn't,
Right,
help you guys.
I know you're taking on a lot, I just
That's
wanna
okay.
make sure
No, I have it here,
you're gonna check
the farm,
Fantasy Design for that, the pipe and drape, and see if they've got maybe one of these
And the light.
industrial lights.
yeah,
Janitor might have it for trying to fix something out,
yeah,
okay. 267 left in the budget, you're gonna get with Nanny tomorrow and see if there's any little bit of wiggle room, and you're gonna get her dimensions, double check price and dimensions of the step and repeat, and see if you've got a pipe and drape.
Right.
Well, pipe, not the drape. All right. Anything, so overview and review of sports hall of fame budget. I mean, we're kind of going through that now.
Mhm.
I don't see a lot of wiggle room. To Austin's point, the paella is what it is. Plates, cutlery, cups, wine, beer, soda, water. There might be a little bit of wiggle room, but I don't foresee there being a lot. Fast signs is gonna be set. Tables and highways, you said is set. Polos is set at what it is, right?
Yes.
And the bartender and photographer are set. Are we missing anything? Budget wise,
Not that I
that would
see.
add or maybe take away, not give us as much as we think we have.
Do we have all the money in?
So I'm just missing Fred's check, but he said that he had budgeted, donating $1,000 in this, the month of December, so he said that he would get to me, first week of December.
Okay.
okay. Is there a tip for the bartender? I don't see on here that could cut into our budget.
No, usually he just gets paid,
She
what
gets paid the same for the photographer.
yeah,
No additional tip that we need to.
Tip sometimes, some people tip at the bar.
At the bar, yeah, you'll get people tipping at the bar. I
Right,
just,
I mean, that's probably what she did.
um. All right, so. We'll move on to item number 6, new business, finalizing logistics and additional comments. Finalizing logistics, I know we're kind of talking about some of this stuff. Roman, if you're still cooling in, I'll let you jump in if you want on the,
I am here.
you had something you wanted to bring up on the program?
Question, Austin, did you design this?
no, the communications team did.
They did a really good job. The only thing I would love to see towards the back, after all the fees, is a breakdown, like before the thank you to our sponsors page. A breakdown of pack classes, broken down by year. That way people know the history.
Okay.
I like that idea a lot.
Did you want a picture of the MC on it?
No, no picture of MNCMP.
Of the MC? Yeah, that's it.
You want your picture and bio on there, Roman?
No, no pictures and no bios of Roman.
Okay.
The history of Roman. That's a great suggestion. I like that a lot. It tells more of the story of where we've been and where we're planning on going, and it just fits kind of the whole dynamic, the whole feel that I'm trying to go for this.
The only other question I have is on the page with the selection, with our list of names. Should we do it alphabetical by last name besides chair, vice chair, or leave it, I don't care if you leave it as is, I'm looking for cohesiveness.
Where's this on?
Got it. So this is the whole program. So you gotta go through all the pages. So that's page 1, and that's the cover.
You didn't pay full
Should be on
price.
But
Just
flip
write
it
on there.
and-
Can you just write on it, please?
So flip that one here. There you go. That's
And,
nice.
Austin,
Oh, I got it. Okay.
we'll have to make a note, obviously, if the new council lady has been appointed, gets approved, we would have to add her before these go to print, if we're gonna print her, they're just gonna say electronic, whatever it is. Obviously, if it's electronic, it's just easy to update and update the QR, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But because I think by what I heard, that they're trying to call a special council meeting for the week after Thanksgiving to approve the new council members.
okay.
They have a new one already?
Any appointed somebody, now it's gotta get approved by the council.
No, Tuesday night after the town meeting that happened. I watched it. It was very interesting. Got a little heated. I was like, okay. And then they already put it out. The town manager resigned. And so now they're appointing Marie, I forgot her last name, I
Wait,
know her cousin,
The
Alvin
man?
resigned?
wait, I don't know.
No, I thought it was Carlos Alvarez.
Carlos Alvarez, sorry.
Oh,
Never
he-
mind, Carlos Alvarez, sorry,
Oh,
I thought, oh no, sorry,
no, I was there and but I got there later.
oh, but they stayed late, you were there the whole time?
But I think, somebody told me that it
Well,
happened
Carlos resigned at the beginning of the meeting.
at the beginning.
Oh, he did? Oh.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah, he
That's
walked
why I
out
missed
of the meeting after he resigned.
Oh,
But he didn't wanna
stayed-
vote on things knowing he was gonna resign.
oh.
He stayed on long enough to vote in Tony Fernandez as vice mayor, and then he left.
Okay,
But he was still there when I was there, and I was there till 11:30.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, turn it off.
and then Jim, I need to hit your memory bank.
Okay,
The headliner is usually last or first.
last.
Okay, so then we need to change the order of the inductees, because Orange Boger is listed as first.
Well, because, I mean, since he's deceased, does it make a difference? I guess the headliner may be,
They have it as A, R, C, and E.
so they're going alphabetized.
They're not, because they
No.
have Orange Burger.
Oh, they got Samari second?
And Jose Enriquez.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not alphabetical and it's not in the order we want. Again, I would make it alphabetical so that we don't put out what order we're doing it in,
Right. That makes sense.
but I would do it alphabetical. I would drop Samari to the fourth slot. And it would be alphabetical by last name.
Right. And then kind of like he's the living, star, if you will, for the class.
Yeah, and then under event program, see there, it might be confusing that we're listing certain people's inductions. People might think it's in that order.
You're right, that has to be changed.
I would just do inductions of class of 2023. Cause you're naming them in the next page anyway. Ryan, I'm speaking out of turn, please let me know.
No, you're okay.
So on the event program, it would not have the, on this part or? Oh, I see there's another page, sorry.
Yeah.
Inductees. And so it changed the listing of the way this is. Just move some more to the bottom.
Yes.
And then that would be the order that they would.
And then that would be the order.
Also, do you want to just write down that papers to use as a?
I would make a note.
Oh,
Woman sharing mercy, basically my appointment.
This being all logistical, though, this doesn't require any motions or
No, it's just.
any sort of voting.
I think it's a great idea. The, which was in the order, which one goes first? Was there event program and class F, would be this first?
Yeah, I think so. I think
So many.
And then this, that's just. That's right there,
I think that's like the
the cover,
second last page.
oh, second.
Yeah, right before the thank you to our sponsors.
Will there be any hard copies of the program at the event?
Last year we just printed out the QR code.
Okay.
for the old timers, right? I'm with you.
Even though we don't have gray hair.
Everything's a QR code. I just want a menu.
So I don't want to move on to from the program until we're all kind of on the same page with regards to the program. Are there any other adjustments, ideas, suggestions, emotional outbursts with regards to the program?
Or do we need this that page here? That
That was the
one,
last page. Congratulations.
I mean, if you're are you gonna add another page with the listing of all the the classes. It was-
Right, well, that's what he was talking about on the back, do the
I
past
mean,
classes.
is that necessary, or I'm just asking? It's just, I mean.
Well, if
I
it's
think it's-
digital, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it's also, I think, it's right after the last inductee bio, they just kind of put that as almost like a conclusion page before thanking sponsors.
Oh, okay.
Question, we have 20 tables, right? 20 round tables for
I
the
think,
people, right? I mean, would it kill us to print that, just 20 and have one at every table? Like, people could look at it if they wanted a hard copy? I mean, is that something that can't be printed somewhere in someone's office?
Yeah, I'm all in favor of that.
Just one for each
Yeah.
round table, so when the people sit, again,
Yeah,
and I speak for the elder.
just one.
If you did
Yeah,
one
because
for each
it's per
round table,
family, and it's like, oh, did you see this? And then if it's the families that are sitting together, they might wanna,
the inductee table.
yeah, well, yes,
Cause you'd almost have to put something to say, this program is for the table, because it is very traditional that when you see a program, you take it.
Right.
And so if somebody walks by and goes, oh, a program, I was looking for one of these.
right.
With the mingling, they just take it and walk away with it.
But the mingling really
There's-
happens farther up towards the Optimist with the high tops.
Right.
And then once people go
It
to sit at
should.
their table, they sit there and that's it, they're like hunkered down.
It should, I know, what's his name, had the HML coach last year.
Right.
Had, a couple of family members that just, they came and they didn't really know a lot of people, they didn't really want to mingle, and they just kind of went,
Right.
sat down at their seat.
Mhm.
So not everybody's gonna do that. Our goal would be for everybody to do that, but where I'm going with this is I think if we can afford to, whether we got the 267 or not, or if we have to eat into that, or maybe reach out to Tico who's doing some printing already for us, and maybe see if we can,
See what it
ask a little bit more.
Right.
But to get more than 20, I would,
Cause all the inductees are definitely gonna wanna take one.
they're gonna wanna
Sure.
take it, yeah.
Yeah, they want one and somebody else may want. You know, I
you
would say
could
more.
help control it by when you distribute it. Don't do it right away, maybe let all,
That's true too.
let all the
everybody
people
sit
go
down.
to
That's
their,
a- that's
go
a
to
great
their
suggestion.
table, and then, hey, for your table, this is your program.
Right? Everybody's sitting down and you can go one per table then, and, that's a good idea too. And you wouldn't need to do like 100, you could do.
No, but you probably need to do, if you're gonna do that, you probably also, all the tables should have at least one, right?
Yeah, you do all the
Take
tables and
one
then
more.
if we have over spillage to the high boys, maybe have one for each high boy, but then it's one per table, cause if you're controlling it, everybody at that point is seated, we've called their attention, they're all kind of coming forward. Lay one out on all the tables on all the high boys for standing room only and call it a night with the programs.
Mhm.
I like the idea.
Yeah,
That's a great suggestion.
It kind of then leads people like, who's next? When am I supposed to go? 'Cause
Yeah, you
it's
need
kind
a
of like
photo,
that,
Yeah,
like, when is my person supposed to get up and talk? You kind of didn't know. Yes, you can scan it, but then it's kind of like you're,
You're looking at your phone while everything else is going on and
So-
yeah.
and
Yeah,
we don't, if it's gonna cost us a lot, we say no, but like you said, we can control it by putting it on the table or handing it out, or I just, that they have it.
I think it's worth asking a couple of questions. How much
Yeah.
would it cost? Maybe to have Tico do it or what resources the town has in order to do a little bit of extra printing for that? How many high boys do we have? 30? No,
No,
it's not
the
that
high
many.
boys?
It's like 10, right?
Yeah.
10 high boys, 20 round.
something like that.
I wanna say it was something like that. It was like 30
I
total.
think it was eight or 10, I think it was 12, right, 12 round tables and then 8 or 10 high boys. That's what we
We're
said.
talking about 20 total, yeah. So it should be,
Nothing,
it shouldn't be a lot. You almost could do 2 per table.
Yeah,
I would shoot for just.
and not even
because-
including
yeah.
the high tops, I wouldn't put in the high tops, the high tops is where you can have your little scanner,
That's true.
cause those are people just staying there temporarily to drink or snack or talk.
One of the other thing, I'll throw it out here as just, well, no, let's finish the conversation with this and then I'm encroaching on my cutout time. Anything else for the program?
Not the blue one.
I like the direction that we're going with that. One of the other things that I maybe could have you look into, and this is maybe as a fail-safe, if we need, if you could reach out to us and we can hold an emergency meeting, if we do want to get around the clubhouse so that we don't have that problem with the bar and them coming through the clubhouse and then having the line, and encourage some of the mingling, to have some sort of a red carpet come from somewhere other than the clubhouse. Outside, they come from the parking lot and there's a red carpet. And you literally can have them down the red carpet, and then you can have a step and repeat maybe on the red carpet, and it kind of feels more like it's like right at the end of the red carpet. So it's still kind of there, but it's, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of popped into my head with some of the stuff that when we were looking up the lighting and the pipe and drape, and it doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be expensive, but if it's your 36 or 40-inch wide disposable red something that they could just roll out from the sidewalk down. It would depend on where the Paia guy was,
Right.
because
He's
my
probably in the same place.
my initial idea would be probably, it would have to go on the side of the equipment room
Right.
and come down that way and then kind of open up to where everything is. But if we end up getting everything else and it doesn't cost us much on the programs and we've got $267, I'm a fan of spending. Don't carry over anything the next year unless we have to. Anytime we underspend, they could always look at our budget and say, well, you don't need.
We're giving you much.
Yeah. So,
Why did we give you so much?
right.
You didn't use it all.
It's so good.
So any thoughts, feedback, suggestions, feel free to shoot down my idea if it doesn't make sense.
No, it's good.
No,
One thought I had, because I pass by it every day, the marquee in front of the Optimist, do we have anything, who runs the marquee out there? Like, it never says like Hall of Fame, December 9th, like, who shoots those out on the marquee?
Not Jim and Danny.
Okay. I just thought,
Jim will make that happen.
you know,
You got
and then
so
it
many.
could
Chris
be
make
like,
it happen right now.
and if that, and maybe the name, so someone might be driving by, like, oh, that's, you know, and then you might see that person might wanna come because they just saw, oh, look,
Mhm.
December 9th, these 4 guys are gonna be there. 6:30, that day, Hall of Fame.
But it almost, you'd want it to almost be like. Where's the page with the inductees on it? Something like that. Maybe without the sponsors, because you don't necessarily need the sponsors there, but just the Sports Hall of Fame logo
Right.
with the 4 inductees on it. And just,
It'd be better even with
Date
the
and
sponsors though, because.
it'd be even better with the sponsor.
More exposure. Right? I mean,
Right, well, then we ask for more next year.
Right.
Look, we got you on a marquee, listen.
That amount didn't include the sign. Now that you got the sign, that's $500 more.
To be on that though for the Optimist Club, but isn't that $1,000 or $750 for that level sponsorship?
Yeah, it's-
So to get a $500 sponsor on there. I don't see why we don't try to push a little bit more for next year. Hey, listen, we did it for a discount this year. It's something we're working on, but you see how it was on there in the corner? Look how great this looked. So that's a great,
Mhm.
great idea.
Do we
too.
have any more publicity coming out in the Laker?
Not that I'm aware of. I would like, Jim, since we're gonna be, if you're gonna be talking to the Optimist Club anyhow, a little bit about the sign. I would like to try to go around going into playoffs and whether it's shoot them out to the coaches to then forward like a little flyer.
Right.
To have each commissioner send to the coaches and then have the coaches distribute to the parents or walk around the playoffs. Or the physical flyers, I fear are just gonna wind up trashing in the dugouts. But if
You'll be
you,
back on that one, Ryan, in football playoffs or after the third one?
no, I'm talking about for baseball. 'Cause there's a baseball committee meeting tonight that I know Jim's going to after this. For football, it would make sense digitally though too. You send it out to the flag football commissioner, have them forward it out to all his coaches in all the divisions, have the coaches push it out to all their. I mean, we've been doing it all week with the rainouts.
Yep.
Sending it to coaches send it to parents,
Yeah, this class, we have both football and baseball.
and this class we have both football and baseball, so. Um. You know, it sometimes could just be as simple as, and then maybe with a blurb saying, it's a free event, please go on to, you know, Town of Miami Lakes, Eventbrite, register. Just so we get a little bit of an idea of how many people are attending. I know when they send out like the Dick's Sporting Goods discount coupons and stuff like that, there's usually a little blurb. That goes along with it, something like that. Just as a last ditch effort to try to push attendance a little bit.
Yeah, Dan
all
can
set.
see all the photos.
Okay. All right, is that everything from everybody?
I'm good.
So is the town controlling the parking or is the occupants?
Brightview, the,
Okay.
town's contracted grounds crew, will
Okay.
control the parking because they can lock.
They know what to say and, because I remember one of the young people last year supposedly told them that there's no more parking. Even though there was parking at the tennis.
I'll
Speak with-
direct them,
Okay,
as far as what to say,
so, yeah, overspilled over there. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So next time we'll be together, we'll be that day,
Okay,
right? Or. you have-
yeah, unless
But
some of the
we
news
can
comes back
communicate,
and we
we're
need
gonna communicate back and forth on this, and that's okay. Because we're not voting.
we're not it's nothing to be voted on or that will be voted on.
Right,
If there's an emergency need for, we'll reach out, we'll try to set it up, we'll make some phone calls, but. I think for now, that's it. Do I have a motion? Dave? At 7:59. That's a record. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, very good. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
happy
Thank you,
Thanksgiving.
guys.
And this is my son's remix of the town seal that he won the competition,
Nice.
so that's why we were here Tuesday.
I got school custody and grab my daughter.
Stay dry.
Thank you, Jen.
Do we have
Appreciate
to
it.
hang up on?
Dave, thank you.
He already has.
Oh,
I got a scoop.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.